Samson, the strongest man in the Bible. What if you were given incredible strength, not just to amaze people, but to fulfill God's purpose? What if your greatest gift was also your greatest weakness? This is the story of Samson, a man chosen by God, blessed with superhuman strength but tested by his own desires. Samson's story begins before he was even born. His parents couldn't have children, but an angel of the Lord appeared to his mother and said, "You will have a son. He is to be set apart for God from birth. No razor is to touch his head, and he will begin to deliver Israel from the Philistines." Samson was special. He was a Nazirite dedicated to God. His long hair symbolized his covenant, and as long as it remained, God's Spirit gave him supernatural strength. As Samson grew, his strength became legendary. One day, a lion attacked him in the wilderness. With his bare hands, Samson tore it apart as if it were nothing. Later, he struck down armies of Philistines, Israel's enemies, with weapons as simple as the jawbone of a donkey. Imagine that. One man defeating 1,000 soldiers, all because the Spirit of God was with him. Samson became the symbol of Israel's power, yet he struggled with something deeper. His heart was easily swayed by temptation. Samson often desired women from among the Philistines, the very people oppressing Israel. His weakness wasn't in his muscles, but in his choices. And that weakness would one day be used against him. Enter Delilah. The Philistine rulers promised her silver if she discovered the secret of Samson's strength. She pressed him day after day. "Tell me the secret of your strength." At first, he lied, saying it was ropes or new bowstrings. But she kept pushing until finally Samson gave in. He revealed the truth. "My strength has never been touched by a razor. If my hair is cut, I will become weak like any other man." While Samson slept, Delilah had his hair cut. When the Philistines rushed in, Samson thought he could fight as before. But the Lord's strength had left him. They captured him, gouged out his eyes, and chained him in prison. The once mighty warrior was now blind and broken. It seemed his story was over. But here's the turning point. Even in his failure, God was not finished with Samson. Slowly, his hair began to grow again. And in his heart, Samson turned back to the Lord. One day, the Philistines gathered in their temple to celebrate their victory over him. They mocked Samson, bringing him out to entertain them. Blind and chained, Samson asked the servant to place his hands on the temple pillars. Then with one final prayer, he cried out, "Lord, remember me. Please strengthen me one more time." With all his might, Samson pushed against the pillars. The temple shook, the walls collapsed, and thousands of Philistines fell with him. Samson gave his life in that moment, defeating more enemies in his death than he had in his entire life. But Samson's story is not just about strength. It's about purpose, failure, and redemption. He was chosen, gifted, and powerful, yet he struggled with temptation and pride. But even when he fell, God's grace gave him one last chance to fulfill his calling. The lesson: no matter how far we fall, no matter how broken we feel, God is not done with us. He can turn our weakness into victory and use us for his glory. Samson's muscles made him strong, but it was his faith at the end that made him victorious. Remember, your strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from the God who is with you.